Hello and a warm welcome to TBC News. Our top stories. Vice President addresses Africa Social Security Association, stresses prudence in investments.
The infrastructure deficit remains one of the biggest development challenges facing most African countries.
Tanzania excels in power generation, demands to be met. Good evening, I am Faitha Ngaga. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online. Also, get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. The President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, says Zanzibar still has many opportunities in the areas of blue economy, deep-sea fishing, oil and gas, seaweed farming, and trade. He made the remarks when he met and held talks with the Ambassador of Canada to Tanzania, Emily Barnes, whereby he also thanked Canada for continued diplomatic cooperation and development assistance to Tanzania, including Zanzibar in various sectors.
In Zanzibar, we would like to see more investors from Canada. And the major areas that we have here as potential areas for cooperation and investment is tourism, and the second is oil and gas, and the third, I would say, the blue economy, generally the fisheries and aquaculture. So I would very much like you to speak to the business community in Canada to see how we can, bring the business forums.
Yes.
For them to come and meet the Zanzibari business people, because we have potential for investment in these three particular areas.
On the other hand, Ambassador Emily Barnes has expressed her satisfaction with the progress being made by Zanzibar, especially in the blue economy and tourism sectors.
That relationship has changed over the years, and I hope you see it that way as well. That it's now moving. We have a new Africa strategy, and I say it's a new Africa strategy. There's nothing really new in it. It's just articulating what we've already been doing, and that the relationship is growing into a partnership. And certainly from what I hear from my team and what I've read about you and the initiatives and the great work that you're doing here in Zanzibar, I do feel that it is a partnership.
The Canadian ambassador has also congratulated Tanzania for recently launching the Made in Tanzania special logo, a move she describes as important to promote and introduce Tanzanian products in the international markets. Vice President Dr. Philip Mpango has called on social security funds in African countries to invest in infrastructure without compromising the fund's objectives, as well as to refrain from projects that could weaken the funds. The Vice President made the call while opening the 14th African Social Security Policymakers Conference in Arusha, insisting that if the feasibility study of the project is not conducted objectively, it could lead to the collapse of the system. Here's a report by Sechelela Kongola, read to you by Teddy Parnyanga.
Tanzania hosts the 14th Social Security Policymakers meeting involving 13 African countries. The meeting is being held in Arusha. Vice President Dr. Philip Mpango says social security funds face many challenges and infrastructure needs in Africa continues to grow at an estimated $130 to $170 billion annually.
The infrastructure deficit remains one of the biggest development challenges facing most African countries. Currently, Africa's infrastructure needs, according to the African Development Bank, they are estimated at between $130 to $170 billion annually.
On the Tanzanian side, the Vice President says, over the years, the Social Security funds continue to play a major role in supporting the government's efforts in improving infrastructure for social and economic growth.
Social security funds have been instrumental in supplementing the government's efforts over the years in building socio-economic infrastructure. For example, social security funds have participated in financing a number of projects, including residential and commercial housing estates. Those that are familiar with the country, they know very well about the Garden Avenue Tower, Sam Nujoma Commercial Complex in Dar es Salaam, Dege Eco Village.
The Minister of State in the Prime Minister's Office for Labour, Youth, Employment and Persons with Disabilities, Ridhiwani Kikwete, says that one of the key issues discussed at the meeting is establishing best ways to use the funds to improve infrastructure in Africa.
While the foundation of social protection lies in ensuring social security, we must recognize that addressing underdevelopment requirement is a multifaceted approach. For the vulnerable, for vulnerable and marginalized to truly benefit, we must integrate social protection with the broader range of government services and development strategies.
The General Secretary, Africa Social Security Association, ASA, says African countries depend on infrastructure investment for economic growth and to ensure that the investments reflect their needs.
One of the main objectives of this association is to work close, share experience and best practice towards the development of social security sector in Africa.
Now let's have a look at the energy sector, whereby Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Energy, Dr. Doto Biteko, says the government of Tanzania has made major strides in power generation and infrastructure. He made the remarks in Dar es Salaam during a visit to inspect the progress of the Kinyerezi natural gas power plant complex, insisting that following the increase in electricity demand across the country, the government is committed to ensure electricity supply to all the villages in the country. Here's a report by Castilia Monosa, read to you by Kanki Mwagumole.
Electric energy is the driving force behind the modern world, changing people's lives in many ways. Recognizing its importance, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Energy Dr. Biteko is here to inspect the progress of the Kinyerezi power plants in Dar es Salaam.
Kazi kubwa iliyofanyika kwanza ni kuiboresha miundombinu tuliyokuwa nayo.
Our initial focus was on upgrading the existing infrastructure, and we have made significant progress. For instance, at Kinyerezi, we had a 50 MVA transformer. We have since replaced it with two large 175 MVA transformers. One is already operational and the other is being finalized. In Gongolamboto, we also replacing the transformer.
Director of the Tanzania Electricity Corporation Company, TANESCO, Lazaro Twange, and Ilala District Commissioner Edward Mpogolo explains further on the investments made by the government in the energy sector.
There is a team working tirelessly behind the scenes, doing everything possible to ensure a consistent and reliable power supply.
Tupelekee shukrani kwa Rais wetu wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania.
Let us extend our gratitude to the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, who has provided over 37 billion Tanzanian shillings. These funds has been used to construct the large Bangula water tank, which will help improve access to water and in turn support stable electricity supply in the area.
During the visit, the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Biteko, inspects the progress of the power generation station at Kinyerezi in Dar es Salaam, as well as the gas receiving station from Mtwara.
Foreign investors participating at the Dar es Salaam International Trade Fair, also known as Saba, say the 49th Dar es Salaam International Trade Fair plays a key role in strengthening countries' economic diplomacy and boost regional and international trade and business. Rehema Sababili has more.
23 countries are participating in this year's Dar es Salaam International Trade Fair, showcasing their potential opportunities in business and services. Speaking to TBC News, the foreign exhibitors says the Saba Fair offers an opportunity to strengthen economic relations and connect people around the world.
We have also traveled around here to see what other partners have. I've been to the Rwanda Pavilion and a few others, and we can say that this platform gives us an opportunity to promote our goods fast.
Suddenly we are all under the same roof, so it was extremely positive for us to be with to see my colleague from Japan, from China, from India, from a lot of countries that were present here, and yes, for us it's really an asset. Also to connect with governmental agencies.
Tanzania has doing a very good. Every year they always improve. Nowadays you can see there is a Bajaji who help us to going around. It's always something new in Sabah.
I was impressed because many people came here and they talk with us and they want to deal with second-hand products from Japan.
In Sabah, you meet different people. People come from other countries. They are here. They will come. See, even if they are not buying, even they will come and look first before they will come and buy and all that. So that's how Sabah is.
Furthermore, local businessmen and women says the exhibition is increasingly opening the doors for Tanzanian products to the international markets.
Here, the public attendance has been a record high, and this shows that Sabah is a place where you can do business. With our industries, like we are in coffee, you come here and you connect with the people who are interested in coffee. So coffee industry, you get the customers.
Meeting a lot of business stakeholders are coming here to showcase their business globally and in a national level. And we as a Tanzania Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture, we encourage people, business persons to come and showcase their product and services that they are producing in order to get the network, to get the market, and to access even the people who are dealing with the financial institutions.
More than 5,000 companies across various sectors are here showcasing various technologies achieved through various sectors, including agriculture, digital, and business technologies. Reporting from Sabasaba, Rehema Sababili, TBC News.
In other news, Tanzania's Minister for Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Mahmoud Thabit Kombo, says Tanzania welcomes the European Union's Global Gateway strategy, describing it as timely and aligned to the country's development priorities. He adds that Tanzania is ready to submit additional strategic projects under the initiative, particularly in key areas such as transport infrastructure, renewable energy, and digital connectivity. Karen Melo has more details.
It is a historic high-level visit to Tanzania by a delegation from Cyprus, led by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Cyprus, who is also a special envoy of the Vice President of the European Union. The first day of the three-day visit features the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the United Republic of Tanzania and the Republic of Cyprus. The agreement aims to strengthen cooperation in political consultations and maritime transport, a key milestone in deepening diplomatic relations between the two countries. Hosting the delegation, Ambassador Kombo noted that this partnership will enhance cooperation across multiple sectors, including tourism, the blue economy, agriculture, and impactful investment.
We welcome also the EU's Global Gateway strategy as a timely and relevant framework to support Tanzania's priorities. The EU is already a key development and investment partner in the United Republic of Tanzania, and initiatives such as the Kakono Hydro Power Project are excellent examples of this partnership and cooperation.
On the other hand, Dr. Konstantinos Kombos, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Cyprus, commends Tanzania for its peace and stability, calling it a strategic partner in development cooperation.
We see Tanzania as an important strategic partner, a stable and peaceful country with significant economic and population growth. The EU, Tanzania can be a strategic outpost in our foreign policy. We have well-established and wide partnership, which we are seeking to enlarge and deepen based on common interests and shared values. And in terms of process and steps, the message is clear. We are stepping up engagement with Tanzania. We are developing the areas of energy, infrastructure, and critical raw materials through the Global Gateway. And moreover, I must underline that Tanzania is the largest beneficiary of European Investment Bank loans in the sub-Saharan Africa.
Cyprus Foreign Affairs Minister reaffirms his government's commitment to strengthening the 40-year-long partnership with Tanzania by exploring new areas of collaboration that align with both countries' development goals. Caroline Maleo, TBC News.
Thank you, Caroline, for that report. The Kiswahili language continues to prove to be the bridge that connects and nurtures international relations in economic, political, and cultural fields for various nations that use the language. Here are more details.
Since 2022, the Swahili Language Day is marked July 7th of each year, following a resolution adopted by UNESCO. Speaking to TBC News in Sweden, the Tanzanian ambassador to Sweden, Mubahari Matinyi, says the government of Tanzania is determined to continue to promote and honor Swahili and use its dominance to increase the nation's international influence. Gracing the Kiswahili Day celebrations this year in Sweden was the retired Minister for Gender Equality in Sweden, Nyamku Sabuni, originally from the DRC, but born in Burundi and raised in Tanzania. Before moving to Sweden, she insists Kiswahili language is pivotal in stimulating regional and international trade.
Lugha hii ya Kiswahili imekuwa kichocheo cha biashara kwenye ukanda wa Afrika Mashariki.
The Kiswahili language has become a key driver of trade across East, Central, and Southern Africa. In general, it is widely used across all countries in the Great Lakes region. It serves as a vital tool for communication among traders conducting daily business in these nations. It is a source of pride to see Kiswahili language teachers not only in Sweden, but also in other parts of the world, such as the United States, the United Kingdom, Germany, France, China, and several Arab countries.
The event brought together more than 500 participants, including Tanzanians and citizens of various nations in East and Central African countries, Swedish who are friends of Tanzania, and ambassadors and representatives of Botswana, China, Eritrea, India, Japan, Kenya, Egypt, Nigeria, Rwanda, and Zimbabwe.
Lugha ni utambulisho wa jamii na ni chachu ya umoja.
Language is a reflection of a community's identity and a catalyst for unity, as it brings together people from different nations, regardless of geographical boundaries. Therefore, promoting and spreading the Kiswahili language plays a crucial role in preserving African history and cultural identity, as Kiswahili is a language of African origin.
The Permanent Secretary Ministry of Finance, Dr. Natu Mwamba, says the government of Tanzania will continue to elevate its ties with the Federal Republic of Germany in key sectors for mutual benefit. She made the remarks during the signing ceremony of 3 grant agreements between Germany through the German Development Bank and the government of Tanzania, under which Tanzania will receive a total grant of 78.58 billion Tanzanian shillings to support the implementation of clean water supply projects for biodiversity conservation efforts.
Equivalent to Tanzanian shillings 78.58 billion to finance the following projects. Number 1, investment facility, financing facility, an output-based approach program amounting to 10 million euros, equivalent to Tanzanian shillings 30.6 billion. The second one, financing the feasibility study of the project for climate resilient towns, amounting to 680,000 euros, which is equivalent to Tanzanian shillings 2.08 billion. And the third one is project for sustainable development of protected areas, amounting to 15 million euros, which is equivalent to 45.90 billion Tanzanian shillings.
The government of Tanzania has reaffirmed its commitment to eradicating cholera, with efforts being concentrated in 5 regions which lead in having more cases of the cholera outbreak. Speaking to health stakeholders in Dar es Salaam during stakeholders validation meeting on the cholera priority areas for multi-sectorial interventions, Dr. Vida Makundi, who is the Assistant Director of the Department of Prevention for the Ministry of Health, says the efforts align with the global target of ending cholera by reaching 2030.
outbreak still remains in 5 regions, including Rukwa, Mwanza, Ruvuma, Mbeya, and Isongwe. These are the regions which still have cholera cases to date. These figures underscore the ongoing need for vigilance and targeted interventions to control cholera. Cholera control is not solely the responsibility of the health sector, but requires coordinated efforts across various sectors, departments, and stakeholders, including water, sanitation authorities, local governments, community leaders, and many other partners.
On the other hand, the head of Emergency Preparedness and Response Cluster from the WHO Regional Office for Africa, Dr. Dick Chamla, praises the pace and efforts of Tanzania's government on combating and ending cholera by 2030.
Elimination of cholera by 2030. And in the framework, we have agreed on the milestones in which each country has to achieve. Now, Tanzania is still behind the milestone or expected milestone, but it has actually increased its efforts in recent years. And we do hope actually Tanzania to be among few countries in Africa in which we'll be able to achieve the milestones in 2030.
The stakeholders' validation meeting of cholera priority areas for multi-sectorial interventions is expected to end on the 11th of July 2025, while some of the recommendations will be taken as key plan strategies for Tanzania to end cholera by 2030. And that is all we have for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. I am Faitha Ngaga. Good night.
TBC1, ukweli na uhakika.
Mti huu unajulikana